to the studio, and we are vented out the front door because I just needed to get it up and running. So I just engraved on it. I'm gonna give you guys kind of like, so I've been playing with the Aura for like, when did I get it? Like 7 months now. Did I get it before Christmas? I don't know. I've been playing with the Aura, the Glowforge Aura, for a while. Minus menu, dismiss. Mind you, don't mind you, all my pictures I've been organizing for the last month for my dad's memorial. But I was like, first of all, we have to film right by the front door. Second of all, this machine, can you hear it? It's kind of got this like humming sound when it's on, but it doesn't get much louder than this when it's making any noise. Maybe because I don't have the exhaust, like the Glowforge Aura's exhaust is really loud, and I have the like other little filter guy. But this machine, let me show you guys. I have to plug you guys in, and I have him like, he's hooked up to a cord. I feel like he's just like, he's new here, and I love him already. So my issue was I had him up the cabin, and because I have windows up there, and so I was going to use him up there, but because we Airbnb our cabin now, I can't use it. So I did play with it up there, and I could not for the life of me get the settings to, I was just trying to make ornaments, and I could not get the design centered. So I just played with the engraving. I updated the program because it's been a while. They sent me this thing a while ago. And now that I play with the Aura, and I know I want the P2, the XTOOL P2, because that's the CO2 laser I'm going for, there's still plastic on this. I need to like fully unopen everything about it. But I have a few thoughts already just from playing with it. So I updated the program. The program is new, and I love that when I pull in my SVGs, you see all the colors of the SVGs. I also love that you can use shapes, so I don't have to pay for shapes. I don't have to buy shapes. I don't have to create shapes in another program. I can just use the shapes because that's should be normal for any program. But I imported a whole Rapunzel SVG bundle just to use the little sun, and I didn't have to like make the file any smaller. It handled the SVG bundle, so I don't have to separate my bundles for the XTOOLs program, which I'm obsessed with. But the engraving is super fast, and also you can save cut settings, which you cannot do with the Glowforge. So I tested the settings on, I just plopped this in kind of sideways, kind of funky, and I just wanted to engrave one little thing right in the center of the heart to see if I could get it, and I got it. Okay, so that was the only thing holding me back from using this machine, was for some reason I could not get the calibration correct. So I engraved some best day ever, and then okay, so I put a rectangle around this to see if it would be centered, and then when I went back it had moved. So I think that's one of the only things that's kind of difficult, is the crumb tray is a little different in this. So instead of having a crumb tray with holes, it has these pillar things, triangle pillars that you rest your stuff on, and that allows for your pieces to drop down and not get cut or start fires. I didn't know what that was when I first got this. Now that I'm familiar with lasers, I totally get why it's needed, but they have the extension. But I wasn't going to do any Prime Day videos. Also, I will be live with Tiff in a few hours. We're going to continue Bling and Blabber, which, if you've never been to a Bling and Blabber, we have episode 2 coming today. It's literally, we will just talk about everything and anything, and we will bling. But today, I'm doing this, and I have a heat press. Can you see that heat press? The HTVront auto, not auto press, the manual press. I'm cleaning the studio too today. So I'll be live with that either later today after this or tomorrow. I don't know. We'll test all the things on it. So these are not masked. I literally just grabbed a random piece of wood and did this, but then I was like, oh, I have these little hearts that I made. I bought these on Amazon a long time ago, just little hearts, and I was like, oh, that'll be perfect for testing if I can get it centered. And I just was looking at this way. I wasn't really looking at up and down. So I also really, really, really love that you can save your cut settings. At first I was like, oh, this is annoying, but their website has a really cool tool where you can plug in what you're cutting, and I think it measures the thickness for you. I didn't have to plug in my thickness. It did this like little thing and it measured it. I don't know, maybe that's what it was doing, but these are literally just my first thoughts after getting it up and running and how much I love it. So really love, the program is so fast. The camera is so fast. I want to show you guys if you can see this. I'm gonna just open it and close it and move this. And I just want to show you guys how fast the camera changes. Do you see that? Like, you can't see all of it, but you see how fast maybe because I have it hooked up to the USB cord too. So I have it connected to the USB. I've never done that with my Aura, but I didn't want to play with the Wi-Fi settings right now because our Wi-Fi is running a ton of machines. So I did not want that to be like a factor of me not liking this machine or not. I do know they have a exhaust that's like $800 that you could buy, but I just have it out the front door. It's the only open airflow I have in my studio, so I can't open any of these windows, which is kind of crazy for the amount of like machinery I use and all the things. So those are my first thoughts. I am going to create a couple things. I have a bunch of earrings and keychains I want to cut out of wood. So the one thing is, this is the XTOOL. Let me just show you guys. Let me see, can I turn you guys around while I'm live? Yeah. Okay, so it looks like this, and it's nice and tall, and oh, I've been watching reviews all morning, so I have all the deets on it. But do you see how I have this just like going out? Don't mind my puddle of dirt that I just swept up. But I have them hooked up to the USB. This is what we're dealing with. I don't want to make you guys dizzy. But now I can't remember what I was going to say. What did I just say? Oh, it's tall. So basically it's tall. It's also on sale for like a nutcase. Because I wasn't going to go live. I was like, it's probably not going to work out as good as I thought. Creando says I have the M1 too. So people swear by the XTOOL. And Kim and Garrett actually referred me to them and was like, hey, you guys should send the C2 to Tay. She would really do good things with it. I'm so grateful that they did that, because they actually were like, well, hey, remember that M1 XTOOL? How are you feeling about that first? And I was like, let me get it up and running. So I had Dustin bring it from the cabin and I got it set up yesterday. And I was like, okay, now that I know how to use lasers, I'm not terrified, I'm going to do it. And so I literally spent maybe an hour getting it set up. I watched a couple, Corey George from Things Kate, no, not from Things Katie Makes, from Hey Let's Make Stuff, did a really awesome comparison video. So I don't want to like recreate any videos that people have done an amazing job on. I just want to give my own opinion and what I think. And so far I'm loving this. And that's what I was going to say. You can take the bottom off, so you can put it on top of virtually any size. You could engrave a tabletop. Like, you could take a table and engrave the tabletop, which I think is something we need to do. Because you can literally move it around, almost like I'm thinking of those like 3D printer things that are, that's not a good way to explain that. Like those new printers that are like handheld that you put on things and you can like print. Kind of that same concept. You remove the bottom and you can place this on top of something really big. So you can do huge charcuterie boards or whatever. Like, that in itself is amazing. And then because of the height and because you can do that, they have a tumbler attachment that you can engrave tumblers on. And it comes with a blade. I don't think I would really do this with the blade, but it has that option too. And you can't, sorry, this is like the totaliest ADHD intro to a thing. I will get some more professional stuff. I don't know, maybe I won't. Maybe this is my new thing. Creando says, I engraved a table already and dresser for a wedding. Just for you to know, the XTOOL machines are better than they have when they have their base. I hope they sent it to you. No, they did not. So this They literally sent me this a while ago, and I even have a reels that I'm coming back to you, baby, when I had time, and it sits on my Instagram, makes me sad because I'm like, I literally haven't had the time to go to the cabin and do it. So I was like, bring it here, bring it to the studio. I need to play with this thing. So I am so excited. I get very discouraged when things are not easy to use, because then that means that as an educator, I have to explain how to use something that is not super user friendly. And that's hard and takes a lot of time. So when a machine takes a lot of time, I'm like, do I want to educate on that? But because they have upgraded, I've been watching all the tutorials. Like, I have made up my mind, when I get a CO2 laser, I am probably going to promote the C2, just because of all the things I watch other people say. Really good tutorials, really small influencers talking about these things. Kim and Garrett 100% recommend watching their content for laser stuff, and I would not listen to them. They have amazing knowledge in the laser community. So Kim actually let me know, hey, I'm going to recommend the C2 for them to get you one, because you would be able to do some really cool stuff with it. And I was just like, yes, please. So with that, it's on sale today. I don't really want to do a Prime Day promo for this video, because I know this video will be watched for a long time. But it's on sale on Amazon. I'll put the link down below. But if you're watching in real time, which is probably not very many of you, it is on sale for like $800 right now on Amazon Prime. Then they have another bundle for like $1,100, and it has tons of stuff in it. And I was just like, that's such a good deal, especially because this thing's a little bit more powerful than the Glowforge Aura. This thing does way more. It has way more options than the Glowforge Aura. And I like the program. I wasn't sure, because I did like Glowforge's program, but this is not cloud-based. I don't think. I can use this not on Wi-Fi. Yeah, it's not cloud-based, it's an app. So, is it? Because, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's cloud-based or not. Well, I'm connected through USB, so I don't think it has to be. But I don't know. The program is so easy to use. Yeah, and I just dragged and dropped. And the thing I was running into with Glowforge Aura is just Glowforge in general. Their program is $50 a month, which is so expensive for you to even be able to like flip your images backwards and forwards, for you to use a circle. And so I was like, you know what, I'm going to test out this shape around this. I just grabbed it from their program for XTOOL, because the program doesn't gatekeep their shapes. Like, hello, that is just so rude sometimes. So the engraving, I can show you guys a little bit of close up. Like, this is charred because there's no masking on this. I literally just threw a few pieces in. The engraving is a little, like, I'm sure you could adjust speeds and stuff. But it's fast. I do want to do some, like, time comparisons and stuff, so you guys can know. So what do you guys want to know? Let me know in the comments below. What do you guys want to know about this versus the Aura? And I will keep that going as kind of like a two machine comparison, because they are very, very similar price. But I have heard that XTOOL has a lot less issues. Glowforge has a lot of issues, and their customer service is a little iffy. I'm in all the Glowforge groups. I'm not in any, I think I might be in an XTOOL group, but I'm not active in there, but I will be now. So I have heard that Glowforge has a lot of issues with their customer service. That's not to say that that can't get better, but there's that. Okay, that was my first reaction. This is what I do when I really like something. I get a little hyped. So if you guys like that, let me know, and I will do that when I get more new fun things. I have the HTVront manual heat press that I took out of the box just because to spare you guys that, but I haven't looked at it. I'm like, don't touch it. I did touch a couple knobs. I touched a couple things on it. So I do know a couple things, but I didn't like turn it on. I didn't plug it in. I didn't do nothing. I just was like, oh, this is a twisty knob. Okay, I love you guys. I will see you guys for Bling and Blabber later today with Tiff. If you're watching the replay, or it's like 10 years from now, what new machines are on the market? Keep it going. I'm excited. Is XTOOL still a thing? Are we still having a good time lasering? All the things. All right. Love you guys. Bye.